Hey friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge University. This is part 3 of a 3-part series on how to fix detent issues. Today, we're going to try to be brief. We're going to look at the 3 most common negative results that you can get if you've messed up your detent repair. Hopefully, they'll serve as warnings to not overdo your repairs, because generally when you overdo your repairs, you do too much adjusting. These are the kind of results you're going to get. Let's go to the tabletop and take a look at them. Okay, the first one we're going to talk about: if you used the lock arm, reduce the tension on it so that you would soften the detent. Now this one I've gone overboard and I've softened the detent too much. See, the blade will just sort of fall out, but that's a very soft detent. What I want to show you though is, while in a still picture it can look like, hey, you've got a really good lockup right there, there's lock rock. The blade can move up and down. This one's just a little bit, but if you look right there, you can see that it moves. And that's because the spring doesn't push hard onto the tang of the blade, and then there's play there. It also means if I did a spine whack test, the vibration of the spine whack can easily cause this to let go, and then it would close. And if your hands are wrapped around a knife and something hits it, wacko wacko, slicey slicey. Not good. Not good at all. And of course, I already warned you that if you adjust the tension on these too many times, you can cause it to break right there. So there's the tempering thing that you have to do to make sure that the metal gets relaxed and soft again. So that's one unwanted outcome. Number 2 is when you over soften the detent, you can deploy the blade with too little pressure. That's one of the things. Like this. Let's see if I can do it here. There you go. Just a slight wrist flick and the blade starts to come open. Like I can just do it on camera here and it just starts to come open. The thing is, it takes very little pressure to start moving the knife out. What that also means is, the normal pressure that I do to deploy a blade, that time it almost got all the way. It just doesn't go all the way. You have to really go hard and do a wrist flick to get it open, and then it locks up. The other problem is number 3, and I'll show you that on this knife. What I've done in this one, this was the misalignment problem. If you go back to the video number 2 and take a look at it, the detent ball and the hole weren't lined up. So I made the hole bigger, but now what happens is the knife, while it's all closed, the blade can move. That's not good. Especially if you've got a tip down in your pocket and the blade opens a little bit like this. You put your hand in there and it catches on there and it opens and you slice up your hand. Not very good. Or even if it's just open a little bit like that, you touch the end and you really stab yourself. That can not really a problem on some knives like this one, where it comes down and it's very well hidden in there. A little bit of movement wouldn't be a big deal. But I wrecked one knife actually just a few months ago, and I had that problem, and then the tip came out quite far and I'd slice my hand. If you've made your detent hole too big, there's no fixing that. The average guy, if you've made the hole too big, it's just danger town, and you don't want those kind of dangers. So I reiterate, easy problems to make. So take very small steps. So this one, I can't even get it to lock up sometimes. It just, like if I just open it slowly, all that lock rock, and it's just going to let go. It's danger, danger. I feel like making the video longer to reiterate the point, but I think I've made the point. So be very careful when you're doing your fixes. Very, very tiny adjustments. Yeah, it sucks. It means you got to take the knife apart, do a little adjustment, put the knife back together, test. Take the knife apart, do a little adjustment, put it back together, test. Yeah, it takes time. Is your knife worth a little invested time? If it isn't, get a better knife. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, friends, cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.